So Michael, you work at Footprinting. This is Michael doing Footprinting, in case you haven't seen these other videos, but obviously you know everything about the printing world, but we're gonna be talking about making, in terms of marketing, making your printing and your digital elements like work together, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
What are some ways that, you know, within a marketing campaign or some sort of communications campaign, what should folks be thinking about in terms of how your print, you know, can augment your digital and vice versa?
Well, the main thing when I was thinking about this topic and how to make them mesh was always just sticking to your brand guidelines.
Yeah.
And from there, if you're always across all platforms, social media, website, and anything you print, having your logo the same way, same color, same whatever, that it's gonna be more repetition. And you definitely, in marketing, if anyone knows anything about marketing, you need a lot of repetition before people start remembering that brand well enough that it's saved in their subconscious, where they see it again, they're like, oh, I know that brand, even though they might not really know the brand that well. They've just been marketed to enough times consistently over a certain amount of time. So get the brand guidelines right and stick to them. If you're then going to do a certain like monthly piece where you're doing something new, make sure that when you're printing them, you're also posting that same image or a similar one online or on your social media, or have it on your website too, so that when they look at the postcard and they maybe look at you up somewhere else, they'll see the same thing. They know it's the same brand and everything. So that is a really good one for me when you're going there, so that they recognize everything one way or the other.
Well, it's all consistent, cohesive in the look and the feel, as it should be. Absolutely.
Yep. And I mean, that's a standard thing. This is not new, relevant information technically. But also, I really like the QR code. The QR code was here and had a lot of hot excitement maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It went down and nobody really wanted to use it anymore. And then I feel like over the last year or two, it's jumped back. A lot of people are putting the QR code there. And that's a great way to have, here's our deal. And this is, you know, boom, take your phone out, look at
immediacy.
it with your
you can like actually, if they get a postcard or something, it's like, boom, I can learn more about a product or service immediately.
Yeah, and then hopefully if you've got a certain product on whatever piece of your thing, that you be able to scan it and go to that direct landing page that's relevant to that. And Verdium did a great job of that, to give them props here while I'm on.
Hey, why not?
And they had a brochure, and every single page on that brochure had a different QR code for that topic. So that if you wanted to learn more about that topic or figure out how to get the ball rolling on it, you could scan it, boom, and then you're on that specific landing page for that topic of whatever that service was that they provide. I'm really surprised that some of the big box brands don't do this more. Here's this toy that you can purchase, and then boom, they should have a QR code right there where you could scan it, they'll pull it up, the website, and that product.
It's a great idea.
And then immediately press buy it if you want it. Like, why would you slow down that process or make it harder? So, you know, those are two great ways: brand guidelines, QR codes, and the other thing I would say would be augmented reality. And even though it's not as prevalent on print pieces yet, it will be in the future, and that's a good way to give some life to your printed piece. And then also to hopefully lead someone eventually to your website.
And just for somebody who, you know, so that augmented reality, as I'm understanding, so I might have a postcard or something, so there's something I can QR code, and all of a sudden through my camera, through my phone, I'm interacting with this piece, and yet there might be a three-dimensional person there. I mean, there could be all sorts of neat things happening, right? That's like, it's really involving the physical world then in in the digital. I mean, that's truly bringing the digital and the print together and making them work together.
It is, and you're going to see a lot more of that in the coming years. I mean, there's still car brands that are sending you out like a little mini TV. I've had people call and ask about it. It's like, why would you do that when you could just have an augmented reality video put onto a postcard and send that out instead, and avoid the whole
there's some really neat things happening, I think, in terms of marketing campaigns that are putting those things together. And So, you know, if you got a marketing campaign coming up, certainly on the print end of things, and even some of the idea end of things, I know you guys at Foot have got some wonderful ideas, and obviously anything that needs to be printed, they can help you get that done and done really, really well. So, and that's another thing. You guys have designers.
Yep.
So, you know, you can lean on these guys for pretty much however much you need then. So, where should they visit you right now?
Footprinting.com.
And what's in between foot and printing?
An E.
Yeah, it's foot with an E printing.com. We were just talking about that. And on another video, we're going to have the history of where foot printing came from. So, anyway, thanks a lot, Michael.
Thank you.